RB Umali. I'm a videographer for New York Skateboards. A typical trip for someone in my position will look differently depending on where you're going. If we are going overseas, then typically it'll be 10 guys, probably 5 skaters, a team manager, a photographer, and myself. And we just have our bags with us, and we're taking trains and planes everywhere. But if we're driving like through the US or if we drive up to Canada, we usually have a van with a generator and lights in it, a bunch of boards, and all of our stuff. Yeah, depending on where I'm going is how I have to pack. Yeah, there's so many highlights I've had to travel. Every trip will have its own, has its own little, something to remember by. One thing I can say is that about maybe one and a half weeks to 2 weeks into the trip, that's when a lot of tension gets heavy in the van or your group. People want to go home, arguments will start. But then you get home and you're just like, damn, that was the best trip I've ever been on. Yeah, I was miserable, yeah, I wanted to go home, but looking back in the memories, that's the best thing about it. I don't really know if I can really say, is this video rated PG or is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to get into detail into like some crazy stories, but there's definitely stuff that goes on the road that stays on the road. Just leave it at that. I'm always looking for a good time wherever I travel, which is definitely the luckiest part of my job, is being able to see different places of the world and skate. But there's pressure if there's a certain assignment that I have to get done for the trip. But if we're just filming for a major video and not really filming all the lifestyle, then there's not too much pressure. But there are certain times when I have to film kind of like a reality TV show type of shooting, just shooting everything all the time, getting interviews, and before I go on one of those trips, I do feel a lot of pressure, yeah. The best way to find good spots in an area you've never been to is to have a good local tour guide who skates and speaks the native language. And luckily, most of our tours have been, we've been hooked up with really good tour guides. There's been a couple times where the tour guide wasn't really a skater and, it didn't really click with our crew, but, it's definitely one of the most important things to do before you travel somewhere, is to have a local guy who knows the area, knows the spots, knows the language, knows where to eat, where a local drugstore is, or just if you need anything, someone locally can give you the tricks of the city. Yeah, I've definitely had my experience in raising some skaters, starting some skaters' careers, and it's a shame. I see a lot of kids out there that skate really, really well and are too hungry at such a young age, which, I understand when you're young, you are hungry, and when everyone's young, you're really excited, which is cool, we understand that to a certain extent. But then there's just those groups of kids that you really wish would just let their skating do the talking, Like if people know that you're that good, you don't have to tell everybody you're that good or just show it everybody. Like your skating will show and you'll get what you deserve. And my advice to kids out there is just, be modest, be cool to everybody you meet, and just keep skating, practice, and if you like what you're doing and you're good at it, more power to you. That's how you succeed. Thanks, Bossy.